Ooh. Hi guys, Blake and Levi here today with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on Upper Lake Taneycomo. It is Monday, the 8th of February, and this is today's one cast. Alright, so we have boated up here to the cable. We're over on the south bank. And I'm going to start off throwing a 16th ounce all black on 2-pound tests. Levi is throwing a tri-olive 16th ounce on 2-pound test. Today they've slowed the water generation down, just ever so slightly. Instead of a little over 7,000, it's at exactly 6,600, which is 2 units. 2 exact units running today. So I know that this all black jig can be fairly effective on cloudy conditions like we have today. So I'm giving it a try. Let's see, we got some freezing drizzle last night here in Branson. The roads got a little slick last night, and we are in for some more of the same tonight. They are, the temperature's gotten just kind of barely above freezing now, so all the drizzle that's coming down right now is not freezing, but here soon the temperatures are going to plummet, and we will see some more frozen rain. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Had a couple guys fishing off the dock before we left, father and son, and they were catching them on a tri-olive jig, and it looked like they may have been using some power bait on the other rods, but they were catching them on both rods. So
missed him. Fish are biting.
So far they're not liking my black jig. Phil said that he went fishing this morning and went up to Andy's and drifted down to the Narrows and threw a white jig and said he couldn't find a bite, and maybe could have just been the area there, because it is another overcast rainy day. So the rod Levi's using right now, Mario Lazina, he's started doing some cork burning art for us in the shop. We've got one of his rods up there for sale right now, but he did a burn on Levi's rod here. Now, what some of you may not know is that Levi's nickname is Sasquatch, and did you show it to the camera?
I did.
And and Mario did a beautiful job of doing a Sasquatch burn on the end of his rod with wearing a pair of sunglasses. So just wanted to show that off and let you know that some of his art is up there in the shop. We have at least one rod up there right now with his burn on it. Got a little bit of wind this afternoon. The lake was actually perfectly calm. This morning I wish I would have went out and did it when there was no wind. Alright, I'm giving this jig one more cast and I'm switching to something else. Oh, I found a log. Well, that makes it easy to switch jigs.
3 pounder.
Did I get it back? Oh, no, definitely not. Okay, will you hand me my other jig rod? Yep, that one. Oh, dear. There we go.
They froze.
Okay, so switching over, I've still got a 2-pound line, but I've got a 16th ounce black and brown jig on now. Couple other good choices today. The scuds have been really hot lately, so going with maybe even a bigger scud with less visibility, maybe even a lighter gray, but a red or cerise San Juan worm probably would be a good choice today. I thought about rigging those up before I left, but I didn't. I really wanted to come out here and catch them on that black jig. But sometimes you don't get to catch them how you want to catch them. You got to catch them the way they want to be caught. And I don't think a black jig was it today. I know that over the period of the last month, this black and brown jig has done well. Especially on days like today. And the other thing that you could still be doing, and is a great method with the water running like it is dragging a jerkbait on a drift rig, which I did bring one of those rigged up today, and I might just try it. That was a fish. I might just try it here shortly. Starting to feel like I should have gone with light again. Our buddy Mark Konechnik has been out here wading and fishing during the day and night. He said last night he came up here and threw jerk baits at night, Signature Series jerk baits, and so he did really well and had a lot of hits and landed a few nice ones, and one that was at least 20. And he said he was doing real good on drifting a scud here between the outlets this morning before his fly rod snapped on him. I'm gonna try, it looks like Phil's got that white jig he was throwing. It's a white and gray, but I'll try that. My two dark color schemes don't seem to be getting many bites here, so looks like I got a 3/32 ounce white and gray, and that's on 4-pound test. Jig is falling slow. Oh, they're flying out of the water over there by the island. I think tomorrow will be our last warm day, if you can consider 32 warm. After that, we'll be dropping into the 20s and teens, and I think some single digits on some certain nights. Uh-oh, what's that? Are we about to get hit with hail?
I'm not really sure right now. Was it found bottom or out of fish?
Hey now. We've decided that we need to come up with a way to make a rod electronic and have heated eyelets so that we can fish whenever it's 10 degrees outside.
The eyelet warmer.
Yeah, eyelet warmers.
I think it needs heated hand grips.
And yeah, and a heated handle. Oops. Oh, finally, somebody gets some action. What color were you using there?
Orange and brown, I believe.
Orange and brown with an orange head. Oh yeah. It's a fatty. Oh, darn it.
Barely up.
Alright, that one was camera shy.
He didn't want to come out of the water. Too cold.
Yeah. Well, his water's a lot warmer than the air right now, so I don't blame him. I've switched back to my black and brown. Maybe if I believe in it hard enough, I'll catch a fish. That white jig was just sinking a little too slow for me on that 4-pound test.
Hitting the water yet?
Nope. It looked like it was starting to kind of slushy snow rain there for a second, but I think it stopped again. I've noticed lately that kind of jigging downwards and giving a little jerkbait action on the jig has been producing some fish lately. I've actually caught quite a few off the dock lately doing that. Once the jig kind of swings past me to the left, I switch it and then jerkbait it a little bit. Well, that's just little stuff you got to play around with, you know. You can do one big pop like I'm doing right now, or you can give it some slack and give it a couple pops up and then let it sink back down again. Kind of flutter the jig. Oh, there's got to be a fish right over here. We're dropping into the big hole now here. And I'm fishing this little shelf over here. There's usually quite a few fish laying along it. But I don't think any of them want my black and brown jig. Alright, I'm going to try dragging a jerkbait for a second. Which is something I haven't done too much of lately. But anytime they're running at least 2 units or more, it's something that's good to try. So, this is one of the 606s we sell up in the shop. That one's called the Violator. Got that on 4-pound test, about 2.5 foot a leader. to my size 12 barrel swivel, and then above that I've got a snap swivel sliding on the line with the 1/8 ounce weight. Ooh. That deck's starting to get a little slick. And I'm just gonna let that get to the bottom and see if I can't trick any of them to bite this. The problem right now is we got enough wind blowing upstream that it's slowing the boat down. Almost enough to cause the bait to drift back past the boat. And with this method I like to wait. I mean, sometimes I'll drag it from the cable down to the big hole, but a lot of the time I wait until I get to the big hole where the water gets deeper and a little faster. Try to pick up on those fish that are sitting down in that 10-foot water out here. I like to make sure that whenever I'm drifting these, it goes straight back from the end of my rod. If the bait gets too far to the left or too far to the right, it usually kind of pulls at a weird angle and gets the bait caught up on the bottom. And you also don't get as good of a feel for when the fish bites it. Ooh.
You get it as soon as it touches the water.
Yeah, I'm seeing quite a few of them kind of surface right now, and I don't think it's because there's a midge hatch going on. I think it has something to do with the rain. It was a nice, quiet, peaceful day out here on the lake. I've only seen one other boat when we were coming up. Of course, I imagine that's because not too many people were willing to pull their boat down the ramp this morning. And something you can tell once you drag a jerkbait on the bottom for a while is you can tell whenever you get some moss on there. You can feel it kind of stop the bait, and I can definitely feel that keeping my bait from working like it's supposed to. So now I'm going to cast that right on the seam line here. And there's this big sycamore down in the water here. And there's this little seam that comes off the very end of it. And I casted this and I'm going to drag it right in that seam. hoping to find some of the fish that are laid up in it. It's been a while since I pulled a glob of moss off the bottom that big. This is definitely starting to feel more like a winter than it has all year. Alright, well, looks like the fish aren't going to give me any love today, but I'm glad Levi came to show us what it looks like to catch a fish. We thank you guys for watching today. Like and share us on Facebook, and we will get out here and do it again tomorrow. Thanks, guys.